So in your mind, she was heading on this trip across America with the right kind of guy, someone that she was in safe hands with.
Absolutely, yeah.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're looking at the most intriguing mysteries, solved or unsolved, connected to TikTok videos.
These teens are about to make a gruesome discovery.
Zachary Latham. Zachary Latham, a National Guard private who lived in Wineland, New Jersey with his wife, didn't get along with his neighbors, the Durhams. The dispute between the two families revolved around Latham's alleged reckless driving in the neighborhood. Latham would occasionally record these encounters and share them on TikTok, sometimes labeling Catherine Durham as a Karen.
Yeah? Video shows 18-year-old Zachary Latham racing through the quiet suburban streets in Vineland, New Jersey at more than 100 miles an hour.
Things came to a head on May 4th, 2020, when, according to the Durhams, Latham swerved his car towards 17-year-old Gage Durham. The Durhams confronted Latham at his house, where Latham fatally stabbed William Durham Sr.
He brandished a weapon to intimidate someone.
The victim flagged down a Florida Highway Patrol trooper saying Latham whipped out a weapon and tried ramming their car near Meridian Center Parkway right near Ben Hill Griffin.
Shockingly, the entire incident was filmed and posted on TikTok, later becoming crucial evidence in Latham's criminal trial.
The defendant was not simply just swiping the knife. He was not simply swatting at the victim. He knew exactly where to strike.
He faced charges including second-degree reckless manslaughter, but was ultimately acquitted by a jury on all counts.
Not guilty. Thank you.
Creepy men in white cloaks. While exploring Google Earth in 2021, TikTok user Jason Klein stumbled upon a pretty unsettling sight. Located in the middle of the desert in Nevada was what appeared to be a ghost town. What made this particularly creepy was the presence of about a dozen figures wearing white cloaks, engaged in various activities.
You're gonna see a man in all white on a bicycle looking really creepy, but that's not the scariest part. Watch, when you flip around, there's a whole group of them in a circle doing some sort of weird ceremony or something.
The clip quickly garnered millions of views, but it didn't take long for the mystery to be solved. Users in the comments section soon clarified that the figures were part of an art installation by Belgian artist Albert Schukowski, known as Goldwell Open Air Museum. The exhibition was first created in 1984 and is nestled in the abandoned mining town of Rhyolite.
He was going to San Francisco to visit his mother, went through Death Valley, and he's like, this is the place. This is the place where I want to realize my sculpture.
Tesla detects strange figures. Much like Haley Joe Osment in The Sixth Sense, Tesla's vision sensor seems to have raised a haunting question. Could it be seeing dead people? In 2022, a TikTok user shared what he captured on his dashboard while driving slowly through a cemetery. Despite a glaring absence of pedestrians in the area, the Tesla dashboard kept registering strange figures walking through the cemetery. Could the vehicle be seeing beings from the afterlife? Well, possibly. Or, like many users pointed out in the comments, it could just be the Tesla sensors mistaking flowers and headstones in the graveyard for human beings. Whether this is a glimpse into the supernatural or an electronic misinterpretation, it certainly makes for some creepy viewing. Khaleesi Pinky Williams. On December 26, 2020, Khaleesi Pinky Williams posted a TikTok video of herself dancing in a hotel room. In the clip, an unknown individual barges into the room, startling Williams just before the video ends abruptly. Minutes later, she was pronounced dead from a gunshot wound. Williams had been at the Atlanta hotel for a holiday party with her friends when the horrifying incident occurred. Some believe that the individual who entered Williams' room in the TikTok video might be connected to her death.
We just want everyone to be arrested who has something to do with my daughter's death.
Although police arrested one person for the murder, neither his identity nor the outcome of the case was released to the public, as he was a minor at the time. Alyssa Turney. In April 2020, Sarah Turney opened a TikTok account dedicated to the case of her missing half-sister, Alyssa. Alyssa had vanished from their Phoenix, Arizona home in May 2001. supposedly leaving behind a note stating that she was running away to California. But as years passed with no signs of Alyssa, it became clear that something mysterious had happened.
Sarah has close to 1 million followers on the platform, where she posts videos and information about Alyssa, including videos taken by her father, Michael Turney.
In 2008, authorities began focusing on Alyssa's stepfather, Michael, as a prime suspect, but lacked solid evidence linking him to her disappearance.
That you were very controlling,
yes,
and very strict, that you had her sign contracts, you followed her around, you interviewed parents of any new friends of hers. Do you feel that went far beyond what a normal parent would do?
Oh, it depends on who you talk to.
Through TikTok, Sarah pulled in millions of eyes towards the case and shone a spotlight on Michael's apparent obsession with Alyssa. A few months later, police arrested Michael on charges related to his stepdaughter's death, although he was later acquitted by a judge.
Meaning prosecutors did not have the evidence to prove it. This is significant in many ways, right? One, no justice for Alyssa and her sister Sarah and everyone else from the family is looking for a sense of justice here. There's no answer.
Jessica Lewis and Austin Wenner.
Guys, we found a suitcase at the meeting.
The murders of Jessica Lewis and Austin Wenner probably would have gone unsolved if not for 3 teenagers creating TikTok videos on a Seattle beach. In June 2020, while on a scavenger hunt, they stumbled on a black suitcase emitting a foul odor.
How did the teens end up here at this specific location where they found the suitcase? They were directed there by a smartphone app called Randonautica.
After calling the police, the suitcase was found to contain the remains of Lewis and Wenner, a couple living in a rented property in Washington. Their shocking discovery went viral on TikTok, amassing over 30 million views before it was taken down. Subsequent investigations led police to the couple's landlord, Michael Dudley, who had reportedly clashed with them over unpaid rent. Dudley was ultimately convicted of 4 counts of second-degree murder, facing a possible life sentence without parole.
The world is a safer place without Michael Dudley in it.
Sophia Juarez.
Please return Sophia back to her mom. Return her safe.
Back in 2003, just one day before her birthday, Sophia Juarez disappeared from her home in Kennewick, Washington. Despite an exhaustive investigation by local police and the FBI, which followed up on over 800 leads, the case eventually grew cold. Then in 2021, a TikTok video surfaced from Sinaloa, Mexico. It featured a disoriented lady who claimed to have been kidnapped with no recollection of where she came from. Observant users on the platform pointed out her striking resemblance to the age-progressed images of Juarez and informed the authorities. While the case is yet to be solved, Kennewick police consider this a crucial lead and have initiated efforts to locate the unidentified woman in the clip.
I think it's just a matter of time before we're able to locate her and hopefully get her to provide us with a DNA sample so that we can compare that to a DNA sample that we have for Sophia.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Gabby Petito. Gabby Petito embarked on a cross-country trip in July 2021 with her fiancé Brian Laundrie, documenting their experiences online.
For all their attempts to portray happiness, this was the reality of Gabby and Brian's life on the road.
I just quit my job to travel across the country, and I'm trying to start a vlog.
But in late August, Petito vanished and Laundrie returned home afterwards, refusing to talk about the trip or her whereabouts. After she was reported missing, Petito's story ignited a social media storm, with TikTok users popularizing her hashtag and sharing tips and theories. One lady recalled a strange encounter with Laundrie when she picked him up while hitchhiking. Another claimed to have seen his van near the Grand Teton National Park and directed the FBI towards where Petito's remains were eventually found.
Her story and its mystery captivating the nation.
It later emerged she had been killed by Laundrie, who ultimately took his own life before he could be arrested.
Now authorities facing growing scrutiny over how the sole person of interest in Gabby's disappearance was able to vanish himself.
From the beginning, this has been a tragedy of errors.
What other puzzling stories have been resolved by TikTok users? Let us know in the comments below.
The worst case scenario is that I make things worse.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 mysteries that were solved on Reddit.
What's really interesting about these videos is they are all 11 seconds long.
For this list, we're looking at the most tantalizing mysteries that were solved, or at least partially solved, on Reddit. For the purposes of this list, the entirety of the mystery does not need to be solved. As long as a portion was solved, or if Reddit gleaned at least an understanding of the specific mystery in question, it will be included. Number 10, Cicada 3301.
NSA has been speculated as being MI6, CIA, terrorist groups like Al-Qaeda. Another possibility is it's a big hoax.
Cicada 3301 is one of the internet's juiciest mysteries. It's seemingly a complex puzzle with the intent of recruiting the intelligent individuals who solve its various clues. The first puzzle appeared on message boards in 2012, and others appeared again in following years. The original puzzle focused primarily on aspects of data security and cryptography, leading most to speculate that the puzzle was some sort of recruitment tool for a government agency or anonymous internet mercenary group. Many of its intricate and complex clues have been cracked by collaborating Redditors, and some have claimed to have solved the entire puzzle, with a mysterious Reddit URL providing crucial clues along the way. Number 9, Stonehenge.
Stonehenge, where a man's a man.
No, Reddit did not figure out how our ancestors built Stonehenge. That mystery might never be solved. No, this Stonehenge is entirely digital. In July 2011, a Redditor opened a mysterious sub that consisted entirely of nonsensical text. Redditors quickly assumed it was a code dump, and thousands quickly got to work trying to figure out the meaning of the codes. One Redditor eventually cracked the code, finding a picture of England's famous Stonehenge in ASCII. Other, smaller fragments of the text were decoded, but the larger meaning behind the sub and its various codes remains a mystery. Number 8, WebDriver Torso.
What's really interesting about these videos is they are all 11 seconds long. They're all of that format, but as far as we can tell, they're all slightly different.
While mysterious text is one thing, creepy, unexplained videos are something else. The WebDriver Torso videos started appearing on YouTube in 2013. They consisted of a white background, moving blue and red rectangles, and unsettling beeping noises. The channel quickly gained the attention of the internet, with many speculating about its intended purpose. Some theories thrown out included a recruitment tool, spy messages, and because this is the internet, communication from aliens. Redditors quickly got to work, and an Italian blogger traced the account to Google. YouTube eventually admitted that they were behind the videos, and that they served as a testing mechanism for video quality. Number 7, the bugged extension cord. This one is sure to get the paranoid conspiracy theorists going. A poster by the rather fitting name of Shady Business 15 blew a fuse and took apart his extension cord to assess the damage. He found what looked like a SIM card inside the cord and posted a picture of the mysterious card to Reddit. Redditors quickly figured out that the chip was a listening device. Yep, Shady Business 15 was bugged.
Yo, Strange, it's D. Yeah, you hit me?
If you called the SIM card's number, you could listen to what the device was recording. Shady Business 15 called the number, but found the service closed. The mystery of what the device was solved. Why his room was bugged was not. Number 6, the $50 cipher. Ciphers can be fun. This one, not so much. One Redditor was allegedly given a $50 bill and a secret code while walking the streets. He posted the mysterious markings to Reddit, and the users quickly figured out that it was something called a bifid cipher. The cracked code read, quote, "There's plenty more money to make. Figure this out and prepare to meet." However, the poster also got another code chastising him for getting help, and he was allegedly threatened. Theories range about the meaning of the text, including links to the Department of Defense, planning a Reddit meetup, a hoax drummed up by the poster, and a marketing ploy. Number 5, the case of Jason Callahan. On June 26, 1995, a hitchhiker was killed in a car crash and quickly earned the moniker Grateful Doe due to his unconfirmed identity and Grateful Dead tickets. Years later, a Redditor opened a Grateful Doe sub and circulated reconstructed images of the deceased. The image eventually caught the attention of the deceased's mother, who said it was her son, Jason Callahan. Callahan looked a lot like the reconstructed image and went missing in 1995 while following the Grateful Dead on tour. An investigation was opened, and a DNA test was finally done on the unidentified man. After 20 years, Callahan was found. Number 4. The hit and run. Hit and runs are the worst, but fear not, Reddit is here to help. Reddit user Meatheaded witnessed a hit and run accident and posted a picture of the broken off headlight to the sub r/whatisthisthing. Hundreds of car aficionados worked together and traced the headlight to a gray 1990 Cadillac Brougham. The poster later discovered that a gray Cadillac Brougham had been reported stolen in the area. A man was then linked by police to the stolen car and was charged with auto theft and several traffic-related crimes. Number 3. The Strongsville Jane Doe. And here we have Reddit helping yet another cold case. Back in the 70s, a group of kids came across a body. The case was cold for 40 long years, until a sleuthing Redditor came across the body's cemetery records and autopsy report. After posting to Reddit, another poster copied the files to the site Web Sleuths. A forensic artist then got involved and reconstructed the victim's face. The image bore a striking resemblance to a teenager named Linda Pagano, who had been missing since the mid-70s. While the bones haven't yet been officially matched to Pagano as of 2018, her siblings and Akron Sergeant Jeff Smith strongly believe they will be a match. Number 2. Walter Scott and the Taser. On April 4, 2015, a man named Walter Scott was stopped for a broken brake light and later shot in the back by police officer Michael Slager. The case made international headlines, and footage from a bystander's cell phone became a key piece of evidence. Redditor Daniel Voshart stabilized and cleared up the shaky footage. He found what looked like Scott obtaining and subsequently throwing Slager's taser. Voshart argues that Slager may not have seen Scott disposing of the taser. Voshart's story and potential discovery was later made into a documentary.
The worst case scenario is that I make things worse. Like I start the next conspiracy, or this somehow fuels a pro-white agenda.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The mysterious Post-it notes. Sometimes Reddit can save a life. Literally. A poster by the name of R. Bradbury 1920 posted to r/legal advice as someone was leaving mysterious Post-it notes around his apartment. He was suitably creeped out and asked the sub what to do. One Redditor suggested that he was writing the notes himself and forgetting due to possible carbon monoxide poisoning. The OP admitted that he'd been having terrible headaches, lived above the parking garage, and never plugged in his CO detector. After doing so, he found his apartment reading at 100 parts per million, indicating that he was indeed suffering from CO poisoning. He checked himself into a hospital, and user Cockerlock literally saved a life. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.